We came to Iceland in November 2024, and of course, we're super excited to hopefully see the Northern Lights, and we definitely wanted to see the DC-3 plane wreck. However, time cut short, and we were not able to make the journey out there, and we didn't even see Northern Lights that whole trip, which was a bummer. But we have had this on our list, so when we came this summer, we knew that we absolutely had to go out there.
During our most recent trip to Iceland this summer, we made sure to fit the plane wreck into our plans. That was something we definitely wanted to see since we didn't have time for it last time. We were torn. We knew it was a bit of a hike, and searching online, we couldn't figure out exactly how long of a hike it was, but when we got there, we decided to just do the hike ourselves. Another option to get to the plane wreck is to take a bus shuttle. It's about 3,400 Icelandic krona, which converts to around $25 per adult. And we did see the shuttles running when we were there, but we decided to hike. And we like to get out, so it wasn't an issue for us, and it was a nice walk, just enjoying the vastness of everything there. There's another option, which I didn't know about until we actually got to the plane wreck. We saw some people pull up on ATVs, and it was actually an ATV tour out on the black sand and lava out to the plane wreck. So that's a cool option, too, that we didn't know about. So we did decide to hike. It ended up being part of the adventure for us. We mapped our hike, and it turned out to be about 4 miles round trip, 2 miles give or take each way. And it took us kind of at a decent walking pace. It took us about 35 to 45 minutes each way. It was a nice walk for us. It's mostly flat, so it's not really a difficult hike, but there's some big rocks in a lot of places, and so it's definitely a good idea to wear hiking shoes, a good pair of hiking shoes, and just watch where you're stepping and keep an eye on where you're going. It is flat. There is kind of a road, if you want to call it that the bus drives on, but it's a lot of loose rocks, and some of them can be big. So you just need to watch your step, but we found it an enjoyable hike for us.
So about that watching where you go trick, we definitely learned the hard way. Kate ended up taking a good tumble. She ended up cutting her knee pretty well. Thankfully, she had some fleece-lined leggings on, and they actually protected her pretty well. They didn't have one rip in them. We made sure she was okay, kind of laughed about it, and kept going. So the walk is worth it. You are definitely surrounded by miles and miles of black volcanic sand. There's mountains off in the distance, and honestly, it feels like you're walking across a whole other planet. And I think I even said that a couple times while we were out there. As we walked across the vastness, we did see the plane, and it kind of almost appeared out of nowhere.
Before this trip, we bought a drone, and apparently I hadn't practiced enough with it. So when we got the wreck, I sent out the drone to get what I thought was going to be some cool aerial footage, and didn't realize until much later when we were looking at our video that I forgot to hit record. So we don't have those shots. But when you get to the wreck, it's just a hollow shell of an aircraft. We knew it was a wreck. We were kind of expecting it to be a full aircraft. But the windows are gone, the wings are gone, the engine's gone. It's just this empty hollow shell of a fuselage, which is actually really cool. And you can tell it's been weathered by 50 years of Iceland's wind and storms and sand. You can even walk inside what's left of the cabin. We didn't do that, but we did see other people do that. So it's pretty eerie, really peaceful, unlike anything we've ever seen, because it's just in the middle of nowhere. It really is. What makes this incredible is the history. It's a U.S. Navy aircraft made an emergency landing here in 1973 after severe icing caused the engines to fail. The pilot amazingly decided to make an emergency landing on the black sand. And the amazing part is everyone survived. Everyone walked away from the crash. And then the Navy came back and removed everything that was important and left just the shell of this wreck exactly where it landed. So if you're in history like our son is, this is a really cool place to learn a little bit about it and actually stand where it happened.
Though we'd seen it in pictures, there's just some things that you need to see in person to see what it looks like and what it really is. And I think knowing the history, the beautiful scenery that is unlike things that we have seen here in Florida, obviously, seeing it in person was one of those things that kind of made it one of our favorite stops. And maybe it was because our son enjoys history so much, and just the moment of being together with family. But it was really cool. And though we didn't see it with snow or northern lights this time, something tells me that once we find something we like, we end up going back. So hopefully we might be back someday. So until then, we will see you at our next stop, From Here to Anywhere. If you're into local finds, sunshine, and a little adventure along the way, subscribe and follow along. We're just getting started.